Hi everyone, welcome to the Lawcast. My name is Melanie Thorley and I'm the director here. We are in a brand new year, 2024. 2023 is now gone. 2022, 2021 and 2020 are just dust in the background. So what is happening? I'm going to steer away a little bit from employment for just a moment, and I'm going to move towards some of the laws that are coming into place in like a few days ago in January the 1st here in Australia. And the first one I'm fascinated with. Those of you who know MJT Law know that we have two cats. My cats, Schrodinger and Chewy, are quite different cats. One of them likes to basically mooch around all day and doesn't go anywhere. Schrodinger, on the other hand, is a little bit more adventurous. We try very hard to get our cats in at night. So what happens is they're allowed to get out and about daylight hours, but once it gets sort of close to sundown, cats come in, they're in for the night. We have a dog door, but the dog door is only activated by an RFID chip. That RFID chip is only connected to my dogs. But my cats and my dogs have very special relationship. And sometimes Schrodinger encourages the dog to let him out for the night. Now, we know this happens because we put GPSs on all our pets. Our cats have GPSs on them. And we know that from time to time, about 5.5 seconds after we go to bed, so between sort of 10 and 15 minutes after we go to bed and turn the lights out, Schrodinger convinces one of the dogs to let him out. And then he comes back again in the morning at about 20 minutes before our alarm goes off. And he's sitting around sleeping, looking like he hasn't gone anywhere for the night. But we try very hard to keep him inside. Now, we have a state here in Australia called Victoria, and Victoria has a council called the Greater Bendigo City. Now, a little while ago, Bendigo City Council made a change, making sure that cats couldn't run around at night time. And look, I can see how that can make a lot of sense. But now they are introducing, from the 1st of July 2024, introducing what they call a cat containment policy. Anybody knows you cannot contain a cat. The council decision means that all cats must be securely confined to their owner's property 24 hours a day. And dogs, interestingly enough, can only be off-leash in designated off-leash public areas within the council. I actually have no idea how they're going to police this. They're saying they're going to put more police on. Where those police coming from, I don't know. Currently, in this Greater Bendigo area, there's that law that says they can't be out after sunset or before sunrise. Now, I'm just fascinated to see how this is going to play out. We find it next to impossible to keep our cat indoors, even when they are restricted to being inside. So I'm just wondering how that's going to work out, and and whether it's actually going to happen here in Brisbane as well. Whether I need to start teaching my cats to be on a leash, whether that's even okay, it's kind of freaky. Now, one of the other things that's happening here in Australia is this ban on e-cigarettes, so vaping. I guess vaping is not e-cigarettes, but anyway, so on vaping. So there's going to be this new thing where you cannot buy vaping products, I believe, except through a pharmacy, through a prescription. But they are allowing the current vaping supplies to be run down, so you can't import new stuff. I was just wondering how long everyone's known this and how much importation has actually happened. You can potentially import a decade's worth of vaping products and just run that product down if you've got the cash. I'm just fascinated to see how that works out. I mean, obviously they're when I say they, I mean the government is trying to reduce vaping in young people. I completely support that. I'm just interested on this sort of running down of stock situation. Now, there's going to be on-the-spot fines for smoking in public. There's already on-the-spot fines for smoking in public, which I find a bit weird. And the other cool thing is that we're going to be getting free vaccines at pharmacies. Love it. Love it. Some of you will know that I've been vaccinated for COVID now 5 times. I'm not eligible for any more vaccinations for COVID just yet. And I get my flu vaccination each year. The COVID vaccinations are free, but my flu vaccination I have to pay for. It'll be interesting to see if there's going to be some changes there. And there's New South Wales has moved to ban mobile phones in schools. So from term 1, a full ban on mobile phones will be in place under the state's new away for the day policy. Almost all Queensland state schools have bans in place, but not until 2024 and not covered during break time. So they're allowed their phones in their pockets. Anybody my age knows that I can text in my pocket with the button thingy, so we'll just see how that plays out. And mobile phone bans in childcare centres. Why are people on their mobile phones in childcare centres? Anyway, so it's just really fascinating. Oh, and this is the other one, everyone. They're going to be banning, when I say they, this time it's the Victorian government, is banning natural gas in new homes. I actually thought natural gas was a good thing, so apparently it's a bad thing. It's going to be cheaper for homes to not have natural gas, so they're banning it. Guys, I actually don't know. And one really cool thing is apparently New South Wales government is going to introduce a weekly cap on toll roads. So some of you might be living in Australia where we have tolls. Some of you might be overseas and tolls are a commonplace thing in your environment, and others of you might only have tolls in 1 or 2 parts of the places in the country. I think New Zealand only has 1 or 2 toll bridges at full stop. There are lots of countries that have 0, and then a lot of places in Europe you pay to go on to the sort of faster motorways, and you have a toll at like loads of different kind of kilometre ratings. So tolls are kind of a commonplace thing, but it looks like New South Wales is going to introduce a cap. I actually don't know how they're going to deal with this, because are all tolls run by the same company? Are they all going to be like losing money? Isn't this a privatised environment? Anyway, so when drivers spend more than $60 a week on tolls, the government will reimburse them. So this is kind of interesting. I guess what's going to happen is they're going to pay their tolls to the toll company and the government's going to give them their money back. That sounds like a great thing for the toll companies. More people will use tolls more often if they think they can get it capped at $60. I want to run a business that the government subsidises in such a way. It'd be brilliant. Anyway, apart from all the mad employment law things, one of the new things in employment law is apparently we need to pay super on our employees' wages. Now, I actually don't know how that's going to change the status quo. Probably it's going to be a little bit easier to prosecute because you already have to pay super on everybody's pay. It's just like, those of you who know me personally know that I like less laws, not more laws. I know it's a fascinating thing because I'm an employment lawyer and what the hell, right? But I am a fan, if there's already a law, let's enforce the law we've already got, not just add new laws to it and hoping that one of them will be better enforceability. I think we should be better at enforcing those laws. We don't need more discrimination laws. We need to enforce the ones we already have. We've got laws on paying super. Let's just buff those up. Don't add new stuff to it. That's my personal opinion though, everyone. I'm not a policymaker, I'm not in the government. I don't like more laws because I think it creates a confusing environment for the average person. But great for me, employment lawyer, more laws the better. And more complicated the IR system is here in Australia, the better it is for my business, which is insane. Anyway, a little bit more of a rant. Sorry everyone, hopefully you enjoyed this what are the new laws in Australia this year. Bizzo, I actually think the cat one's insane. I don't know how they're going to police it. I don't know how they're going to capture or catch a cat that goes out and then what? You're going to figure out who owns it and then give them a ticket for that? Fascinating. You try and catch a cat. I can't even catch my own half the time, so good luck to that. Everyone, I hope you had lovely Christmases. I hope you will have a very lovely start to the new year. We'll be back in a couple of weeks, but for now, thank you so much for sticking with me. That's the Lawcast for this week. See you later.